Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fearlessly Authentic. I'm your host, Jody Harrison Bauer, and I am so happy to have you join us today. If you are a first-time listener, this is the place where we educate, empower you, entertain, and inspire you to live your most fearlessly authentic life. Because as you heard from the intro, I used to be afraid to take risks. And not that I'm never afraid anymore, but I'm less afraid because I believe in myself more. And I think that comes with maybe some age, some wisdom, and life experiences. And today we are going to be as entertaining as possible, educate you a little bit, but this is going to be a fun episode where my guest today, Kim Hodges, also known as Kontent Kim, is going to be joining me today as we go through the women of the Golden Bachelor. We're really excited about the show. We're going to be recapping it, and we're just going to go through everybody's bios and talk about Gary, whose name is spelled like Jerry, 72 years old. This is the first time in Bachelor history that they are having everybody is over 60 years old on the show. So this is going to be, I believe, history in the making, and it's about damn time. If you want to follow us on YouTube, you can find me at Jody Harrison Bauer, and on all social media platforms as Jody Harrison Bauer. Also, remember to rate, review, and subscribe. We have a 5-star rating. So let's get into it. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy that you're here too. Can you just tell everybody who you are, what you're about, and all that other good stuff?
Okay, so I'm a content creator and I have an Instagram and TikTok, two of them. Mother Knows Best Pod, and Kontent Kim. And I just do lifestyle. I do things with my husband, my daughter, a little fashion, and Man on the Street, where I talk to some kids when I go out into the parks and things.
Yeah, I love that. I love you do when you do Man on the Street and ask them, what do you ask them?
Well,
How
usually
often?
how often they call their mom, or I'll say, what's the best advice? Things about their mom.
Yeah, I think that's
They
so
love to
cute.
talk about it. It's so cute.
It is really cute. Or hopefully we don't get someone who says, I never talk to my mom.
No, I've had a few of those. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. All right, so let's get into this. Before we got onto the show, you sent me something about seeing Gary on Good Morning America. And Gary is 72 years old, and he is a widower from Indiana, and is the first lead of the newest addition to the Bachelor Nation franchise. And I think he was a restaurateur,
Yes.
and he lost his wife a couple of years ago. They were married for 40.
42 or 3 years, I think.
Yeah. So he's looking for love. His granddaughters, Peyton and Charlie, are really involved, and his family's very, very involved with him. But how did he sound on Good Morning America?
He sounded on Good Morning America and on The View. I watched it. I was like, he's really very articulate, number one. Number two, he was so kind and thoughtful. He first of all, he said he's been trained really well because he's been married for 42 or 3 years. And I was like,
That's
well,
so
that's a
cute.
bonus. Yeah. And then he was talking about how comparing it to the Bachelorette or the Bachelor, how what they're looking for is so completely different than what we're looking for at our age, because all the years, the wisdom, and just all the things that you look for is completely different now. When you're first getting married, it's like, are you attracted to each other? Is he cute? What, do you both want to have kids? All those things. And this is more like your value system. Do you go to church? How often do you spend time with your kids? Are you athletic? Do you go, like all these things that are really more about how you're living.
Right.
And I thought that was
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, because on the regular Bachelor, they're talking about how hot somebody is, and more physical, even though, it cracks me up because at 24, 25 years old, how in God's name do they know what they're looking for? But, sometimes it works. But yeah, if I were to, I was married for 17 years, divorced at 42, remarried 4 years ago at 58. So I did a lot of dating in the 40 and 50, almost 20 years, I think. 18 years I dated.
Wow,
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah, like I think I was yeah, so I got married 4 years ago. So I've been divorced 21 years. So 21 minus 18 is like somewhere around 17. So yeah, can't do math right off the top of my head. So I spent a lot of time in that dating era, but not over the age of 60, but us both being over 60. And happy belated in person, happy 60th birthday. Don't look a day over 45, my love. And it is something different that we're looking for me. If I were to ever, even finding my husband 4 years ago, what I was looking for was somebody who was um very mature emotionally. I mean, I think people are always looking for that, but somebody who was really strong and knew who they were. You would hope by the time somebody's in their 50s or 60s, they know who they are. And it's really about, how do you want to live out the rest of your life, don't you think?
For sure. Yeah. You don't, I mean, because you've been through all the other things. You go, I know it makes me happy, and I don't want to waste my time arguing over things. Like, I really just want to enjoy the last, I'm going to say, 30 years.
No, you're right. It is about the next 30 years. I mean, we could stretch it to 40. I'd like to live until I'm 100 years old. So, but it really is about that. Did he say what exactly he was looking for? Because before we go through every woman, it does seem like he has a type, in that a lot of the women are retired teachers. A lot of them are in education or fitness, or they work in HR.
Did they when they do that, do they sort of pick the women based on his interests? I don't know how,
I
because
personally think so. I don't know this for sure, but I know that in the last season of The Bachelorette, when it was Charity, she's a tiny little thing. And she said she was looking for one of the attributes was height. She wanted a tall man. So the men were all very tall. So I do think that
okay.
they give the producers, hey, listen, this is the kind of person I'm looking for, because as we go through them, you'll see that there's like a certain
Mhm.
vibe with all of them.
Yeah, that he and okay. So what he said was, okay, what is this room called at the end that they go to?
The green room.
The secret room. It's called I had to text my future daughter-in-law because she watches these like crazy. I said, oh, the fantasy suite.
Oh, the fantasy suite. Oh
He
yeah. What did he say about that?
He said, he said he was really happy to get there because he could talk about things that were, he goes, I'm sure the younger people go in there and do something completely different, but this is when I can really connect with them on a spiritual, emotional level, as opposed to just how hot they are, kind of thing. Like what the chemistry is like. Do we really connect? Like intelligent, like everything? Are we on the same level? Is this going to be fun for us? Like that. That's what he was really wanting to have, just that conversation without it being filmed or anything.
Right. And normally it's all about sex.
Yeah.
So not that that's not important. They do need to connect on a physical basis, I would assume.
Yes.
I would assume, but it's not number one priority.
Well, even if it is the one priority, all the other stuff has to be there or it's not worth it.
Right. So I think by the time they get to fantasy suites, he likes her personality, she likes his. They seem physically attracted to one another. So those things are very important in order to start the physical relationship. But I like that answer from him. That's very, very cool.
Mm-hmm. And he
You
said his
know,
first told him, whatever you do, don't kiss anyone on the first night.
oh,
And
he
he
did.
and he said he flunked that. So
I wonder how people are going to feel, because I know that there's a lot of buzz about a lot of younger people are very interested in watching this show. I wonder how they're going to feel about watching them kiss or make out, or I don't know.
I think they'll be grossed out. Like I just, like I don't want to watch people. It wouldn't bother me so much now if what, it wouldn't bother me if I didn't know them, but I don't know. Like I don't want to watch my parents, they're divorced, but I wouldn't want to watch them kissing other people.
I I wouldn't want to watch that either. I have no interest. I don't know if you've watched the show, and just like this, it's the spinoff from Sex and the City.
Oh, yes, I
like
have.
20 years later. So in so many of the scenes, and we got to get back to what we're here for, in so many of the scenes, they talk about they're very sexual scenes, like and I'm like, enough. Like, we don't need to see all this. Like, you don't need to be, to
They did
me,
a
it's too
lot.
graphic. It's too graphic for me because
Yeah.
I don't want to see somebody that old and they're only in their 50s making out and being and having sex. I just don't need to see it.
No, and then masturbating afterwards. That was such a lovely scene.
Right, right. Like, like enough is enough. Leave some for our imagination. So, and I think that's what we're going to see here. I think we're going to see the wisdom. I think we're going to see the maturity. I think we're going to see how life experiences really affect this man and woman, because what they bring to the table that we've never seen is perspective.
That's true. I think that's true. And you know what? I like, so this is kind of coming out at a good time. There's so many books like that book, Strength to Strength. Like there's a big focus on people our age hopping over to the next phase in their life, kind of to where they enjoy it more instead of being stuck where they are and saying, this is who I am. My identity is my job. My identity is all this. And he's a retired, what did we say? Did he? Oh,
I think yeah.
so he doesn't identify as that anymore. So now it's just basically what he's interested in doing. So he doesn't have that, like that ego attached to that.
Right.
Sort of freeing. And so then he can just get into the things that he thinks are interesting to him. And then that would make him a lot more fun.
Well, I think, and that is the beauty of getting older, is that we don't feel like we need to fit into a mold anymore. And we don't, and I think that is sometimes something we battle with as we get a little bit older. Well, wait a minute, I was this, and this, and now I'm not, but I have the freedom to now recreate. And so many people that are younger than us don't realize that there's still so much time to recreate. And I think that these women are going to show the world what recreation looks like, and that how vibrant these women are and how vibrant he is. I mean, he's 72. He looks terrific.
Mm-hmm. He does look terrific. Yeah, maybe that's from being married for so long and having a steady relationship or so, I guess. I don't know. But I do like how it seems like he's very close to his family, his girls. And yeah. But at first I kind of thought he came off a little
hokey
and maybe boring. So I'll be curious to see if he's got a little, I mean, what he says makes sense and all, but is he really fun, or is he just really so focused on we're on the same level kind of thing? And
right, is he trying to be some
kind of boring?
I agree. And I thought his voice sounded like Kermit.
He needs a little spunk.
Well, I'm, even when I've watched a few of the clips of the premiere of like the first woman coming out, I think I sent it to you. Edith is the first woman to come out of the limo, and she's wearing a gold dress. She looks really pretty. And he just seems very rigid. So I hope he does loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine that first night was really nerve-wracking. He did say that he wished he would have embraced all of the attention that he got early on. He just sort of poo-pooed it and thought it was silly, and this whole thing's kind of silly a little bit.
Oh, really?
But then that later on he realized it was really a big deal. It's really important. Like he could have really grasped that in a bigger way.
How did they find?
But he said it was like overnight.
How did they find him? I mean, did he apply?
No, he said he was, I guess he had watched, this is what he said. This is what's cute. He was watching it with his granddaughters, I think, just texting back and forth, or his daughters. I don't know which. And he said, we were just sort of making fun a little bit of the people on The Bachelor. And then I guess they had an ad that said they were doing the Golden Bachelor, and they were like, oh my gosh, you need to apply for that. So he said it didn't take much persuasion. He just applied. And
you know what?
He said, so he just recently moved to, maybe Ohio, or I can't remember where, but he said he hadn't lived there for a really long time. So he hadn't made a lot of friends, like since his wife died or whatever. And he said, my life was pretty flat. So kind of boring, like just not doing much. So I'm sure it was so much fun for him.
Wait, so he doesn't live in Indiana now anymore?
No, so where he lives now, I can't remember where he said,
think
I
it's
don't think
like,
he's lived there forever and had. I think it was a new move, maybe with his wife or whatever. That's just what the gist of it
oh,
was.
right. The lake house. The lake house. He
Okay,
moved to a lake house after he retired, and that's when she got sick.
okay. So he was like, I
Yes,
didn't have like a big community here or anything.
that makes sense. All
Yeah.
right, let's get into the ladies. Do you have them up on your screen?
It,
Okay, so we've got Anna, who's 61. I mean,
they're all
she looks great.
she's very fit. Are we going to show them on here?
No, I don't think we'll be able to show them here on the screen, but anybody could Google them. So Anna's 61. She's a retired nutritionist from New Jersey. And can you see she loves foraging for mushrooms and learning about herbs and plants. She also loves to cook and is ready to prepare a meal for Turner.
Which that's, I think that's kind of funny.
Tell me why. I think it's funny too.
I mean, we went to Italy and I didn't get to go foraging for the mushrooms because it was too muddy. I think they like it to be muddy, but not too muddy, which that would have been fun to do, but I wouldn't put that on my list of like, that's my thing I want to go do. That's
Right.
niche down a little bit too much. But the thing about diving in with the sharks and she goes cageless,
That's crazy.
that is crazy. Like, and also, did she go someplace where she needed to be in a cage? I don't know. Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, I think that sounds like she's a risk taker, and he seems like kind of a risk taker. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I'm on the same page as you with Gary, is that I think he's a little boring and he sounds like Kermit, but we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah. And
yeah, you do the next one.
okay, so April 65. And I'm not seeing all the stuff you're seeing on this one thing I pulled up, but all the different things. So she's from Port St. Lucie, Florida. She's a therapist, meaning I guess a counselor.
Yeah, somebody who helps others.
And she dreams of writing a bestseller book, and she's already pre-ordered it, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where you're reading all the other stuff because I'm not on that. I'm on the.
All right, don't worry about it. I've got other stuff. So she, therapist, she loves Bridgerton and roller coasters. She has a tattoo of her nickname, Presh. Okay. So here I've been like just deep diving on all of them. I think she's stunning. And I've seen her speak. I've seen her on videos, and she seems to be very self-assured. I think that you've seen what Gary's deceased wife looks like, right? You've seen pictures of her. And I don't think any of these women look like her, or,
No, but that could be kind of hard.
Right. So a bunch of these women are blonde. I think this woman is stunning. If I was a Bachelor, I'd go after her. I just think she's fit. She seems super sassy. Yeah. And I think she looks great for her age, whatever that means. Because
sassy for her age.
I think she looks. I mean, she looks great. I shouldn't say great for her age. She looks great, because I hate when people tell me I look great for my age. It's like, what do you mean?
Backhanded compliment.
I know. So sorry, April. I didn't really mean that. But what do you think of her? Just looking at her.
I didn't get to see her in like action or anything, but I think she is beautiful. And I think being a therapist, it might be right up his alley, because he seems so into connecting with someone and being on the same level and having the same interests, and he's trained well, like all those things.
Right. And he probably has been in therapy since his wife passed. So he's probably in touch with that side of himself. And that's the whole thing. That's the other thing. I guarantee you that most of these women, whether they're widows or they're divorced or they're still single, that they've all been in some type of therapy. Because come on, I mean, when you get to be our age, like shit happens in our life that we have to freaking deal with.
Do you think all that many people do therapy?
Oh God, you've never gone to therapy?
No, I have, but I just
okay.
Like if I got divorced or something, I don't know.
I think that we all need it. I do.
Oh, no, I agree. I think we all need it. I might need it after I did this show.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay, Christina, 73. So I cannot believe she's 73.
She looks amazing for 73. And doesn't she look spunky? And I like her bio a lot, probably more than anyone else's, I think.
She does look spunky. Retired purchasing manager, and her first concert was the Beatles in 64.
Pretty amazing.
I know, and she still loves Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Young McCartney favorite. And she rides horses. And if you're at that age and you're riding horses, you've got to be pretty fit and agile and like with it, like mentally and everything. So you're not getting on a horse and riding around without every bit of your
Yeah,
mind.
I don't think I would get on a horse right now.
Yeah.
But I think she does look spunky. It will be very interesting when we watch today to actually see their personalities, because I think more than ever, I definitely think he has a type, but more than ever, it's going to be about their personality.
I think so
And
too. What do you think about what she says her go-go years?
I didn't see that. What does it say?
It says that this is what she calls it. She's spending her go-go years playing pickleball and
I
listening
love it.
and horseback riding.
I love that. That's very, very cute. So it's I hope I look like that at 73. That's 10 years older than me.
I hope I do too. And I want to say also for all these young people who think pickleball is easy and that we'd all just stand there, we could all kick their ass because it's really hard.
I've never played.
I break a sweat. So I don't think I'm not fit, but I'm not really fit like you are, but I'm like in shape.
But see, but my fitness level versus maybe your fitness level are different, because I lift weights and I'm not running. I'm not doing lateral moves necessarily because I'm not doing that kind of a workout. So it's different. So I'm going to be truthful here. I thought when pickleball came out and it became such a craze, I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's for old people. I'm not going to play. And I actually had a client who's been playing pickleball since I've known her since 2014. I had no idea what pickleball was. She explained it to me and I just thought, okay, whatever. And then I saw it on TV, like some tournaments with Andre Agassi and McEnroe. And I thought, I should probably try playing this in the winter times just so I have more of a balance in my workout, because it does look like it's A, fun, so it's social, and B, you're getting a different kind of workout. Your brain and body are both working together in a different way.
And C, they said that pickleball and ping pong are the two sports that help prevent Alzheimer's.
There you go.
So there's that.
There you go. We need as much as that as possible. Okay, so we like her. We should start. You know what? I'm going to write down. You write down your favorites. I'm going to write down my favorites. So, we both like Christina.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Edith, she's the first one who came out. And she was pretty sassy. I liked her more than my daughter thinks that Edith is going to be a front runner.
He's pretty cute.
She looks very tall, and he's very tall, isn't he?
I think he's pretty tall. Do you think they pick out their outfits?
No.
Because Christina's in that cute little jumpsuit and Edith's in the gown.
Right. Well, they're all wearing black also, so maybe.
Yeah. But she looks pretty active, and when she's not busy hanging out with her family, she's golfing, salsa dancing, and traveling.
Yeah, so she's a busy lady.
Mm-hmm. Her breakfast banquets.
I mean, I can't say a negative thing about any of these women, because you know what? They're really putting themselves out there. They're looking for love. And again, I think it's really going to people can look good, but if their personality is blah, and you know how I'm sure you know people like this, that they're around our age, but they act 10 years older, or the way they speak is just a little bit slower. They just have an older vibe about them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or the way they dress.
Yes.
That kind of shows their personality a little bit.
Totally.
Why I think that's why Christina at 73 kind of stood out, because her bio was a little fun and feisty, where Like Edith makes beautiful hand painted birthday cards for family and friends. So, but I mean, I like her other part about, golfing and salsa. I mean, she'd make a good spouse for a man.
I think so too. Yes, yes, I think she would. All right, so we've got Ellen, 71. What do you have on her?
Okay, on Ellen, I have who doesn't look 71 at
No,
all.
no.
A retired teacher from Delray, Florida. She spends her time playing pickleball, golf, and card games with her two sons. Well, that's fun that she hangs with her two sons.
It is.
Her two sons hang with her. Ellen
It,
also reads the newspaper, watches television, and plays ball with her girlfriends in her free time. There's a lot. Well, and her dream vacation is an African safari.
okay.
It's really hard to narrow that down.
I agree. He's all of these ladies are going to be active. I don't think anybody's going to be sitting home on their ass doing nothing. They all look very active. So again, I think that he said, hey, I need to find somebody active and somebody who likes to move around because they're all playing something.
Yeah.
I love that she said, did you say she reads the newspaper?
Yes. And I think that's so funny. But actually, I'm going to say I don't read the newspaper that often because I think our newspaper here is boring. So I'll read the Wall Street Journal. But,
right.
But I wouldn't put that on my.
I know, but it just shows you like nobody younger than us probably reads the newspaper anymore. They read it on their phone, or I don't know. There's like
sure that my daughter doesn't even read, listen, or hear the news. No, I'm serious. Like I mean, if it doesn't pop up on Instagram, she doesn't hear the news, and she's 30, and I think that's bizarre.
No, both of my daughters get alerts on their phone.
They do
about the news. Like they'll inform me about stuff before I know anything.
So that's funny. And my son only listens to stuff that is pertinent to him.
Really?
In the business he's in, like that, they just don't listen to the politics stuff much at all.
Well, I mean, not that we're going to get political because you and I have the same view, but like it gets to be too much.
But you still need to kind of know what's going on.
You have to know what's going on. We're living in this world. And yes. I wonder if politics is going to come up or if they tell them not to bring up politics at all.
I don't know, because this age, it would be an important topic.
I agree.
But if you were talking to my husband, I don't think he would care either way. But I may, like, if it was something that somebody talked about a lot or didn't talk about a lot, you would want to know. Like, is this big in your life? Because if it is, and it's not me, I don't want a part of that, or vice versa.
I recently fixed up a friend of mine, my age, with a guy who was another guy. He was like in his late 50s. And they went on a few dates, but it didn't work because they were so politically on opposite sides. And to her, she said, this just sets the tone for everything we talk about. Even if we say we're not going to talk about politics, in some way or another, it sneaks in because it's the way you live your life. It's the way you view things, that it does come up and you can't really escape it. So it's part of who you are.
That you can't go out with someone or date someone or marry someone who, say, is a Democrat and you're a Republican or whatever. I mean, it used to happen all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So that's why I'm saying I think it may come up, given that these are all baby boomers. All right. So now we've got Faith, who's 60. I liked Faith right from the beginning. Again, she just struck me as somebody who was, let's just use the word sassy. Even the way she's standing, like, I don't know, high school teacher from Benton City, Washington. Faith is a thrill seeker and has another person who's dived with sharks and ridden a motorcycle. I think he's going to go. I think he's going to like her.
But she enjoys singing and working as a radio host. So does she really want to settle down and just be somebody's arm? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She sounds like she may be really independent into her own thing.
We'll have to see. That's a good point. Yeah, maybe she's too young for him. That's the other thing. Like, is he going to go for the young ones, or is he going to hit up the 75-year-old? So, who looks really good? They go all the way up to 75.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. You'll have
I think
to.
he's gonna go on what he like, how they really jive, or mesh. But with young daughters, he's probably gonna want someone a little feisty.
I think so too. I think, and because he seems to be a little boring, I think he needs some spiciness in his life. But maybe,
Faith,
Gary will
Faith is
surprise
still
us.
working. So she's not a retired teacher. She's a working teacher and she sings and she works as a radio host. I don't think she's going to want to slow down for Gary. I think she just needs some publicity or something.
All right, we shall see. All right, what do you think about Jeannie?
She's cute. I think she has a sweet, very sweet face. She's a former project manager from Tennessee. She likes helping animals through charity work. I like that. Just like her idols, Dolly Parton and Princess Diana. When she's not doing that, she's taking Zumba classes and we're walking her dogs. She
I
has
don't.
a scuba diving certification.
I don't think he's gonna like her. Just saying.
Okay, why? Because she's just into because her animals are her buddies.
I get this feeling that she's a little. She considers herself active. Like you're either active or you're not. I'm being hard right now on her, but I don't mean to be. But I
She
am.
considers herself active because she does Zumba classes and walking her dogs, but she doesn't do golf. She doesn't do any team sports.
Come on, Kim. Yeah, yeah. We're just we're just gonna keep it real.
Have you done a Zumba class?
I haven't done a Zumba class.
Okay.
And have you ever done a Zumba class?
I don't know if I've done a Zumba. If I have, it's been so long ago when it first came out. I don't even remember.
That's what I did. It was like 2003 was Zumba, and I'm like, this is a waste of my time.
Yeah, it wasn't my.
Yeah, it's just
Like it was and I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to.
Okay, don't say it. Well, I had Zumba when I first opened up my studio, and it just definitely attracts a certain clientele. And moving right along. Okay. So let's see. Joan. Do you see Joan? Go ahead.
I mean, Baba Boom.
I know.
And she doesn't look like she'd be I don't know what an educational consultant is. I mean, does an educational consultant? I don't know exactly what that is, but from Austin.
I think that what that means is that she helps people figure out where they want to go to college, maybe.
That's what it says. Help students apply to their dream colleges and universities. That's a fun job. Since retiring, she enjoys reading, taking walks, and spending time outdoors hiking and kayaking. She is known to her 3 children and 2 grandchildren as Kiki. Fun fact, Kathy is a Christmas enthusiast.
Wait, we're on Joan.
Oh, you're right, Joan. I'm sorry. Good God, because that didn't sound like her. Okay. She is a private school administrator. Sorry. After losing her husband at 32 years to pancreatic cancer, she is ready to find love again. She has 4 children, 2 grandchildren, and is the happiest when she is at the beach spending time with her family. She enjoys visiting historical museums. She may be right up his alley because she's Baba Boom and family.
And she's also a widow.
And also a widow. And she likes history. And I think he sort of likes a little bit of intellect.
I think he likes smart women. I that's the feeling I get from all of this. And one more thing that I have here about Joan is her favorite food is burger and her favorite artist is Elton John. So I like her. I think he's going to go after her too. I think he's going to go for the younger women. Okay, we've got Kathy at 70.
Kathy.
Looking great, Kath. She's the retired educational consultant from Austin, Texas. Kathy is outdoorsy and loves hiking and skiing. She has been to 3 continents and is aiming for all 7. That's very cool. She doesn't strike me as anything. I'm sorry, Kath.
Yeah, sorry, Kathy. And I mean, especially poor thing, she's coming in after Joan. That's that's really tough. I mean, poor thing.
I mean, I love all of them, but we're just gonna keep it really real here. All right, Leslie. Leslie's also another favorite of mine.
Yes. She's got a little vibe Boom going. She also looks like she'd kick your ass if you pissed her off.
She does. I think she's in fitness.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, she's a fitness instructor. Before that, she was a figure skater.
Oh, there you go.
So a professional figure skater. She has 3 children, 3 grandchildren. Right now, she is looking for a man to become her permanent running buddy. And she has a fear of mice. Okay, who doesn't have a fear of mice?
Well, you must have a fear of rats after living in New York. Oh my God. Rats just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's
I
disgusting.
never saw one rat. But
Oh,
everyone's like, stomp your feet when you walk by the trash. I'm like, okay.
my biggest fear, oh, I shouldn't even say this, is that a rat's going to come into my daughter's up through her toilet in her apartment. And she's going to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I can't, I literally have had nightmares about it. I don't know.
Well, the cockroaches that come up through there are as big as mice. So there's that. That's disgusting.
I can't. All right. We like Leslie. Maria, 60, health and wellness director from New Jersey. I've got Maria enjoys playing tennis and pickleball equally. So we're going to have a lot of pickleball ladies. They're all going to think they're hot shits for playing pickleball. They're all going to try. Look, we understand this mentality. They're all going to try to show that they're like the fittest, the coolest, they're with it. And so what I don't think a lot of younger people get is they're still going to be, they think that women over 60 aren't going to be competitive. Let me tell you, everybody who's listening, these women are going to be very competitive.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be the snarky snark instigator?
Leslie? I think Marina, the next one we have, Marina.
No, wait, let's go back to
okay. Leslie, Maria, yeah.
It says that she is passionate about helping families impacted by autism, and she has 3 adult children. Her guilty pleasure is drinking a glass of 100-year-old Grand Marnier.
Okay.
So she sounds kind of chill and probably likes to sit around and have good conversations. That's her hope.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
No, but I think Marina is cute.
She's very cute.
I mean, she looks spunky.
And I saw her on a clip and she seems very spunky and very,
my God,
very into empowering women. And that's the other thing that I'm curious to see is, you know, we talk about empowering women, empowering other women. I don't think there's going to be backstabbing, but I do think I think there's going to be a bunch that are like, hey, we're here to show the world that women empower other women. But listen, we're going for the gold, baby. We want to win.
I think it's going to be a little backstabbing, but they will do it in a way that they don't mean to.
That's interesting. We'll have to look for that. What was the other thing that I was going to say about?
Marina has 3 master's degrees.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
God bless her. Does she have kids? Did you say she had kids?
Yes, she has 2 children and 2 pets, and she's traveled to over 34 countries.
Oh yeah, she's stunning. All right, we have 4 minutes left.
Okay, so we have Nancy, who I think is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
She's 40.
Yep, for sure.
3 children, hopeless romantic for a trustworthy man. So she's been screwed around on.
Totally.
Loves watching romantic comedies. I bet she's just a little sweet, fun-loving thing. I'm going to put her on my list.
I think she's a sweet, fun-loving thing too. I'm on the same page as you. I have that she loves playing golf, walking her dog, watching college basketball, and she's a big Bruce Springsteen fan.
Oh, so well, yeah. I'd like to hang out with her.
Yeah, I like her.
Okay.
So right, we've got Natasha, 60 also. These women, like, wow. She's a pro-aging coach. I heard somebody talking about what the hell's a pro-aging coach, and midlife speaker. She's there to empower women who are getting older. That's what she does, and giving them confidence. So she looks sassy. She looks confident. She's going to bring the sass. She loves to, she lives in the city. That's New York City, for those of you who don't know what the city is. Right, Kim?
Yes. It says that she wants bell bottoms to come back in style. So they are. I'm just wondering why she said.
I know. No, I like her a lot. I like, she's going to be real sassy. And then we've got Pamela, 75.
She likes a good book, a fun cocktail time with her family, and she likes to watch Judge Judy. So I think she may be out.
She's out.
Judge Judy.
She's out. I agree with you. Patty's 70. So her son, what was his name? I can't remember.
Matt James.
Yes. Oh, look at you. Look
Well,
at
I'm
you.
reading it. I'm reading it.
Oh, okay. I thought you just knew that. All right. Yeah. So she's Matt James' mom. And I think she's beautiful, but I just
Wow.
they might make a great looking couple. They kind of look alike in the sense that they're tall. I don't know if she's tall, but she's very fit. And
They don't tell much about her. She likes to sail. She's funny, smart, and confident, but she's been single for almost 30 years. She
I
maybe
know she might have trust issues.
true.
I don't know why she's been single or she hasn't met the right man. All right, we got 2 minutes. Peggy 60. Now, Peggy's from Connecticut. She's from the next town over from me.
Oh my gosh, you need to go meet her.
I know. She's like one of my clients told me she's her dental hygienist. So I think she's really cute. I'm not just saying that because she's from Connecticut, but I am rooting for her.
Okay. I didn't see much that would make them connect. I mean, she's a dental hygienist. She travels for that sometimes, and she just wants someone to help her check off her bucket list, but she didn't say what was on her bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see where it goes.
67, Chicago. Oh, she was the Chicago Bears cheerleader.
Yes. I think she's adorable. She's also the one who was in the tracksuit. So I think she's really cute. I think we should keep our eye on her.
You don't know that she wants to make a homemade blanket so he could always feel her warmth around him.
What do you think? All right. You think that's gaggy. My daughter thought it was gaggy too. A little gaggy, but I still think she's cute. And she's from the Midwest. So maybe they'll vibe for the Midwest thing. I don't know. And then we've got Sandra for at 75.
Oh, she's been on Wheel of Fortune.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I like her.
She's pretty fun.
Yeah, I like her. All right. So those are, I'm sorry, ladies, that we had to go through these real fast. I think we have 30 seconds left. I don't know. Kim, thank you so much for going through these ladies with us. Kim and I are going to be recapping the show tonight. We cannot wait. We're going to put on our ball gowns, maybe, and our golden ball gowns and recap the show. So stay tuned for that. But we are so excited. Any last words, Kim?
Nope. It's just going to be pretty fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just going to be interesting.
I think it's going to be super interesting. And I think these women are fearlessly authentic. So with that said, Kim Hodges, Kontent Kim, thank you so much for being on Fearlessly Authentic today. And you can find Kim at Kontent Kim. That's with 2 Ks, content spelled with a K. And you could find me, Jody Harrison Bauer. And remember to rate, review, and subscribe. And until next week, have your most fearlessly authentic week. Bye, everybody. And thanks for listening.